Welcome back to the show. Today, we are brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. Now, in their third generation of being family-owned and operated, they pride themselves on offering high-quality, name-brand furniture at affordable prices. Thanks to Vermeulen's for helping us bring you today's show.
Joining us now is the director of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for the City of Jackson, Antonio Parker. Good morning, Antonio.
Morning. How are you guys?
We're doing really well. How are you?
Not too bad. Busy.
Busy. So I was enjoying today not driving my daughter to school for the first time since summer.
Me too.
But that means that kids have a lot of time this summer. It means you're busy.
Yes, it means I get even busier in the summertime. And so my wife's a teacher at Hunt, so she's on a balanced calendar.
Okay.
So my schedule's still kind of the same. I got to deal with the kids in the morning. And so right now, fortunately, they still get to go to their grandma's, which is an easy fit. But for 2 weeks after the kids get out and then 2 weeks before kids go back, my schedule still is the same. So I get a 6-week window in the summertime where I don't have to worry about the kids.
That doesn't seem fair.
Just before the pandemic, Jackson College began a series of classes at the MLK Center, and then boom, the pandemic.
Pandemic hit, and that shut down everything, obviously. And so now we're going to head back to getting back to normal. And so Jackson College is coming back to the King Center this fall. Classes will begin in September, and so we got some registrations happening in July. Both of those are 5 to 8, and then in August there's one 2 to 5, and another one. The last one in August is 9 to 1. And so the class is going to be a 19-credit entrepreneurship class, 2 entrepreneurship classes, and then 1 English class. And so those classes will start. I'm sorry, they didn't start in September. They're going to start in August, the very end of August through, and they're going to run like the cohorts. So cool. August through like October, and then October through December.
Who are these classes for? Anyone?
Anyone that wants to get back in school. And so it has been a refreshing sight to see faces coming down to do those kind of things. And so we got some great things happening at the King Center, man, and it's really awesome right now.
Yeah. Last year, baseball was new for you guys.
Yes.
It had been a part of the city back in the day, but you guys brought it back as a camp last year. And it's more than a camp this year.
Yep, so last year it was a camp, and I convinced my supervisor to help me make it into a league, Kelly Hoover, and her husband, Chris Hoover, who's the head baseball coach. And so Dave Rodriguez is the softball coach. So we've decided this year to bring it back as a league.
Cool.
And registrations are rolling in quite a bit here. And so we're planning to start practices next week. And then games are going to start July 9th, that Saturday. So games are going to be on Saturday. It's a 5-week season. But it gives kids that sweet spot after the little leagues are over, and it's right in that sweet spot of the summer where it's kind of just a 5 or 6 week window where there's no structural things going on. And so it gives us a chance to really do it and do it okay. And so hopefully we get to the place to where the King Center is a location where we use, and maybe at some point we use Parkside also.
I like that. That'd be great.
This is for any level, any skill. I know.
Yeah, so we're going to go from ages 5 to 6 for co-ed t-ball, 7 and 8-year-old boys coach pitch, 9 and 10 minors, 11, 12 majors, and then girls, we're going to do something a little different with girls. It's a 7 to 10-year-old coach pitch, softball, and then 11, 12-year-old majors if I can get enough girls.
Yeah,
so 6 total divisions. I'm hoping to pull off 2 teams per division and roll from there.
Yeah, so if and no experience required, right?
No experience required.
Yeah, and really, I remember stopping by the kids. There's some that have never touched a bat.
Never touched a bat, never touched we had kids last year standing on the plate to bat.
Oh, I know kids that have played 6 years that still stand on the plate
so
to bat.
Just getting back to, I like seeing kids play sports, multiple sports. You know, obviously basketball is a huge thing at the King Center, but I think having those 2 ball fields and back there need to be used. And I want to see kids playing multiple sports: basketball, soccer, track, tennis, all of it, you name it.
Yeah, we used to have 2 Little League organizations that don't exist anymore on the south side, and I think
so the Southeast dissolved about 10 years ago, and since then we hadn't had baseball, and so that was one of my biggest goals when I took over as a director, was bringing baseball back to the south side of Jackson.
And the field looks great. It's ready to go.
It's ready to go, and we're ready to rock. So I'll be looking forward to seeing a lot of parents and a lot of kids next week.
Yeah. Were you a baseball player?
Yes, and so I fancied myself as the next. At the time I was the first baseman when I came up, and I played so long ago. Exchange was still a baseball field, and so I played for the Jackson Police Department, and so good times back then.
Yeah, so many kids had that opportunity, but and I think even the Southwest Little League, it seems numbers are
I
down.
think it's parents are so busy that,
Oh, for sure.
you know, when you mentioned a 5-week program, I mean, that's a sweet spot for parents. It's, you know, some things are large commitments, and you know, parents aren't sure. You know, like you said, if your kid hasn't played at all, do I want to get into this big commitment?
for sure.
Well, something like a 5-week deal is
Yep.
is perfect. So I think it's parents and you know,
Busy.
Yeah.
For sure.
So someone that's never been to the King Center, what's it like? What time do kids, can they come? How long can they stay? What do they do? What's the day like?
For the summertime?
Yeah.
So in the summer program, we start at 8:30 in the morning, and we end at 3:30 every day. Breakfast is served at 8:30 to 9 o'clock through JPS, and lunch is also served from 11:30 to 12:30 every single day. And so the sweet spot of our day is about 10 to 2. You know, we got lunchtime, and we got kids in and out. And then about 2 o'clock, the numbers start to kind of go back down because parents are getting off work and kids are in and out. So a day is at the King Center is typical. You know, we do our wake-up warm-up at 9. And then we do our laps around that. We make sure kids go a mile every day around the track, every single day. And then about 10 to about 2:30 is most of our structured activities, kind of throughout the whole campus and in the building. So kids are on the move about every hour, and we're moving and shaking. And then about like I said, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, it starts to wind down. Our day ends about 3:30.
That's very cool.
The place is open for anyone. Just
Place is
drop
open
in,
anyway.
right?
And so we have, our program is ages 5 to 14. And then we actually have our staff orientation when I leave here. So I got staff orientation this week, Monday through Thursday. And so got to get those staff ready for all those wonderful kids that's about to come see me next week.
What's your favorite part about the summer at the King Center?
Honestly, it's going to be really simple. The favorite part about the summer program is watching the kids come in every day with a smile on their face. And I get it all. So I'll get it all year long, asking when the program's going to begin. And so like right now we're in that, I call it a lull period, where we're kind of getting ready for the summer program, which is time for me to kind of like get my hair back together and kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go now. And so favorite part of the summer program is watching smiling faces come in that door every single day.
Oh, everything's beautiful. All the renovations have been completed.
Yes.
There's more room, more equipment. It's really set up to do
sure.
a lot of things all at the same time.
Yeah, and we had, so with all the supply chain issues, we do a big order every year through SNS, and so I didn't get my order until September of last year.
That's crazy.
So we spent most of our summer last year operating off of old stuff before the pandemic. And so program ends, and then in September, here comes 4, 5, 6 boxes of these big old shipments.
Oh, that's
and so this year I didn't really have to order nothing at all because it was still sitting in boxes all year long. And so looking forward to a normal summer where we actually have our equipment.
And once again, for those interested in the classes, the Jackson College campus is at the King Center. There are several information sessions coming up yet this month. We've already had a couple. Or actually, July will be the next info sessions, and then in August. But the classes start in September, and you can register right now.
Yeah, you can and you can come and register and get it. It's a one-stop shop. They can register financial aid, all of the above. So literally, they don't have to go anywhere else.
Awesome. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you again.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Antonio Parker is the director of the City of Jackson's Martin Luther King Center. Stay tuned. Up next, Kelly Hoover, who heads up Jackson's Parks and Rec, joins us after this.